Welcome back to the deep dive. Now, if you're wrestling with ATPL theory right now, especially the navigation side of things, well, you know the beast we're talking about today.
Oh, yes. Inertial Navigation Systems, INS.
Exactly, INS. It's fundamental stuff, but it can feel incredibly dense, can't it?
It really can. The engineering behind it is just brilliant but complex.
So our mission today for you listening is to cut right through that complexity. We've got the source material here, and we're going to extract every single crucial examinable fact you need.
Yeah, we're diving into the principles, the components, the procedures, focusing on the classic INS that still forms the bedrock of so many exam questions.
And it's not just what it does, right? We need to get into the why it works, and maybe more importantly for exams, why it sometimes fails.
Absolutely. Understanding the physics behind it is key. That's where the real understanding comes from, the kind you need for those tricky scenario questions.
Okay, so think of this as like a dedicated study session. We're filtering out the noise, focusing only on the high-yield info you absolutely need to know. Let's start right at the top, defining the INS.
Okay.
The core concept, and this is one to really lock in, is that the INS, historically speaking,
Yeah, the original ones.
it was the first truly self-contained single source for all your primary navigation data.
That's the magic word.
Yeah.
Self-contained. You didn't need signals from outside the aircraft.
Nope, no radio fixes, nothing external. All you needed was an accurate starting position.
And that independence, that just changed everything in aviation, didn't it?
Completely. So let's break it down. What's inside this box? What are the main parts?
Well, at its smart, you've basically got two main systems working together.
Okay.
You've got the Inertial Sensor System, the ISS. That's kind of the mechanical brain, if you like.
The bit that does the sensing.
Exactly. It's the stable platform holding those incredibly precise gyroscopes and accelerometers. That's where the raw motion data comes from.
And the second part?
The computer system, or often systems. One to manage the platform and sensors, and another one for the navigation calculations and the pilot interface.
Right. Now, thinking about exams again, what are the outputs? What does the system actually tell the pilot? This feels like pure recall territory.
It is, and the list is long because it does so much. It computes pitch and roll attitude.
Okay, basic aircraft orientation.
True heading, true track. So where you're pointing versus where you're actually going over the ground.
Which gives you?
Drift angle, automatically calculated. Then, present position, latitude, and longitude.
The core navigation function?
Ground speed,
Yeah.
and even the wind vector direction and speed.
Wow. Okay, so that one box really does provide pretty much everything you need for basic navigation and situational awareness.
It was designed to. A single source of truth, removing the need to cross-reference multiple, sometimes conflicting instruments.
But that ISS, the sensor part, it's just measuring motion, right? How does it become a navigation system? How does it know where we want to go?
That's the job of that second computer, the navigation computer. The ISS gives us the where am I now and how am I moving data.
Right.
The nav computer is what you, the pilot, interact with more directly. That's where you punch in your waypoints.
Sort of the flight plan.
Exactly. And that computer takes the raw position data from the ISS and calculates the practical stuff you need for flying the route.
Like
Track angle error, how far off your desired course are you, angularly. Distance to go to the next waypoint, time to go.
So without that second computer doing the calculations and managing the waypoints?
It's just an inertial sensor system.
Yeah.
A very clever one,
Yeah.
but not navigating. Add the computer, the waypoints, the calculations, then it becomes an inertial navigation system.
Got it. Okay, that distinction is clear. Let's dig into the physics now. How does it actually sense that motion?
Okay, so we're going back to basics here.
Yeah.
Classical physics, Newton's laws.
Specifically the second law, right?
Yep.
Force, mass, acceleration, FMA.
That's the one. But there's a crucial subtlety here we need to grasp, especially thinking about how the sensors work.
Which is?
Well, remember Einstein's theory of relativity back in 1905? It kind of blew up the idea of absolute motion, absolute rest.
Okay, how does that apply here?
The key...
All right. Many thanks for listening to this free part of the ATPL Theory podcast. If you want to continue learning and access the full comprehensive guide, go to my Patreon at patreon.com/ATPLtheory or my Hero at herohero.co/ATPL. That is patreon.com/ATPLtheory or herohero.co/ATPL. Wishing you all the best